Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So this video is going to be answering a few comments and messages I got. I got asked to do an art journal page in a regular art journal. This is a moleskin. I've used this for a lot of different pages I've done and, all that kind of stuff. So all I did was I gessoed it. And I also got asked to do a background in a different way. So that's what I'm going to do today. So what I have here is something that I usually use on my art quilts, but it's used, you can use it in your art journal or paintings or whatever. They're called silk, and they are from, can't read, Luminart. They're acrylic glaze, and I love these. I use these a lot, like I said, in my art quilts. They give you a nice shine and shimmer, and I like them. I really do enjoy them. So what I'm going to do is we're going to kind of make this quick and painless. So I'm going to take a brush, excuse me, and I just picked some random colors. This obviously is a green, and these are fairly thick. Mine, I've had them for a while. You only need the littlest bit. Now I'm going to add some water to it. I'll probably squirt the page. And I gessoed. You don't have to have your gesso completely dry because it's just going to mix in. And I'm just going to take some of this and lay it. You can see it's fairly, yeah, there we go. You can see as it mixes with the water, it liquefies. Beautiful color. It's coming up a little more yellow than it is in life, but it's like a citron green. And you can do this with acrylic paints. You can do this with whatever you want. So that's what I'm going to lay there. I'm going to put the lid on because now sometimes what I will do, I don't know if it's right or not, because these are a little thick, I will add just a little bit of water. Sometimes I will mix it. Sometimes I'll just put the lid on it so it can, do its thing in there. I'm going to rinse my brush. Just dab it a little bit. Going to go in. You can see this is much more liquid. This one is called, oh, if I could just, Jasmine. And I'm just going to lay it around. And I will be adding more water once I'm done. Rinse it one more time. I'm going to use this color, which is Snapdragon. These are great. They are like iridescent and metallic-y and I don't even know how to explain them, but they're fantastic. And I'm not paying any mind to where I'm doing it. I'm just doing it. That's the fun part. Like I said, do this with it, your ink pads, whatever you want. Whatever you want. Okay. The next color is going to be teal. Use this brush here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look how pretty. Almost watercolor. And that's the background I'm going to do. And because these are acrylic, they're going to be permanent when they're dry. Now, you can do this with your gelatos. You could do this with your watercolor crayons, your Tim Holtz Distressed, whatever they're called, crayons. I don't have those. So I don't, but they do look, everything I've seen, they do look like they work kind of like the gelatos. Alrighty. Oh, beautiful colors. These work so good on fabric. They just add that little bit of something, And then this is just a iridescent violet that I'm doing. I'm going to rinse my brush off because I don't want it to mix. I mean, I don't mind it mixing on here, but I don't necessarily want it to mix in the container itself. So going to hit up different areas. And whatever it mixes with, we'll just add a little bit of iridescent. I got a little green in there, so. Okay, all right, good enough. And then I'm just going to add, this is a little thick, just going to add a little bit of water there to do that. Okay, so now you see. And I'm going to take just whatever spray bottle you have or your paintbrush, whatever. We're just going to add some water. I'm going to take some cling wrap. This is just saran wrap, plastic wrap, whatever you want to call it, wrap. And I'm going to lay it. Come on now. Me and cling wrap are not the best of friends because I never can get it to work how I want it to. I'm going to lay it on there. And lay it on here. I'm going to push it down. So it makes contact. Now, do you see why you want it a little bit wet? Now look at this delicious, like, the folds and the creases. So add that. Use your hands and just kind of, you know, you can mush it around more if you want it. If you need more water, just lift it up. Like I see right here, it might need a little bit more. Okay. We're going to be working on top of it, but it's going to give you a nice background. And I just like to add a little bit of, I don't want to smash it too much because I don't want it to turn to mud, but you know, if you get a little bit of that in there, it's not going to hurt nobody. Yeah. And it's like, play the piano, massage it, give it some loving. Like right here, it's a little too pigmented for me. I want it a little more. Okay. All right. So leave this sit for a second. And as I put these away, just going to move them out of my way. Make sure the lids are on because I am horrible with that. Get another page. This is just another art journal I have. You can get a piece of printer paper, whatever you have, whatever you want. I'm just going to move some of these out of the way. Get down there. Just so I have a little bit more room. I have 30 million things going on at once, so of course I have stuff everywhere. Is there any other way to be? Nope. Okay. So I'm going to push this a little bit more. Now to speed this up, I will hit it with my heat gun. But what we're going to do, really make sure it makes contact. And then I'm going to lift it up. Look at that. Now what I'm going to do is not waste this. I'm going to set this here on my other page. And I'm going to just show you real quick. And then make sure it makes contact, you know, so it touches. So we're not wasting. And then I'll set that to the side for now. Never waste. I hate to waste. Okay. Now I'm going to take my heat gun and I'm going to dry it. Now, if you want to do this before, let's say before you're done in your art room for the day or before you're done, you know, doing whatever, you definitely can leave the plastic on overnight or as long as you want. This I'm just speeding up to show you that you can do it. I don't have a lot of patience. So for me, I like kind of doing it quick, you know. And if you don't have a heat gun, just use your hair dryer. And if you don't have a hair dryer, leave it sit for 5-10 minutes. I have my ceiling fan on. Oh, and I can see like the iridescent and some of the sparkle. Oh, love it. I'll see if you can see it when oh, look how pretty it is. So pretty, so pretty. And it really gives you this beautiful, I mean, this is acrylic paint, but it really gives you a beautiful watercolor look. These are acrylic glazes. So, of course, you know, they're not as opaque, I guess, as if we used an acrylic paint. But you definitely can use an acrylic paint or watercolor or whatever. Okay. I'll show you. Look at that, how pretty. That's pretty just on its own. My light is kind of blowing it out a little bit. Let's do it like that, just a little bit. You see how it's a little bit better. Okay, so I know it's going to be a little damp still, so I'm just going to kind of dab here. Not much came off. That's good. Good. Like I said, look at that. Look at the beautiful, and you could see where the cling wrap kind of, you know, wrapped up, and oh gosh, it's so pretty. I don't even want to mess up the background, but I'm gonna. All right, well, usually what I would do is I would take some white and I would kind of go over it a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna do that today or not. I'm really digging this background. I really don't want to mess it up. I don't know. Let's do some. I'm gonna do. This is a stamp. It's music notes. I think I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna. Let's see. I'm gonna do it in blue. I'm gonna stick with the colors that I'm using more than usually, because I like to go black or darker. And this isn't my most juiciest ink pad, so that's okay, because I don't need it to be. Whatever I get, I get. And I'm just gonna lay it and push it. Yeah, can you see that? See how you just get some of it? It's adding a whole other set of texture. Yeah. To me, the background's like, I just want a quote. I don't even know what I want. So I think I might do that. I do know. Oh, I'm loving it. It's going to be a quick art journal page today, I think. I really like it. Now that stays on, and stays on is permanent. It's archival, it's permanent, so it will not smear with water or anything like that. So that's always good, I think, because I've been loving this lately, this quote. And this is like a whimsical kind of background. So I think. So I said, sometimes things just talk to you and you can't, you know, you can't argue with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this. Let's see if we get some color on here. You guys know I destroy my ink pads. I am horrible with them because I use them in my mixed media, whatever way they serve me, which I'll probably use this one again. Now this is called Vintage Photo, so you'll see, and it's the distress, it's not straight up. Let's see, I want it on this side. Let's just go for it. Give it a good push. Now you can see it's not like it's screaming at you, but it's there. I'm okay with that. And what I want to do is I'm going to take some of this and I'm just going to run it around. And then what I like to do is I like to take, obviously, my paintbrush. I want it wet, but I'm going to dab it off a little bit. And because these distress inks, these are not the oxides, these are the inks, you can liquefy them. I call them liquefy, but you know. I am somebody who loves pretty and distressed, I guess. Distraught, distressed, both. Because beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Okay, and then I'll go in, I'll clean my brush, and then I'll just kind of clean up if it's too far in a little bit. Just by adding a little bit of water and just taking it back a bit. Not the biggest deal in the world. Oh gosh, I love it. And you know what else I'm loving is, I have these sitting here for a reason. The stamps, the stamps. But let's go. This is the Distress Permanent Mixed Media Ink Palette. Hickory Smoke, Vintage Photo, Ground Espresso, and Black Soot. So let's try, because I'm digging on the stamp. Open it, and this is what you get. And I want it to stand out. Maybe we'll go, I think this is going to be black. Let's see what we could get. What way do I want it? I think I want it right here. Yeah. These have special meanings, so that's why I'm doing it. Feathers. I think I want another feather. Let's see. Right here. Yeah. Yeah. All right. And then I'm going to show you something that, now see, I have ink still on here. So what I'll do is I'll just hit another page and just start laying down. This is, you know, for when I go, this will be another layer when I throw paint or whatever on it, just so it's not wasted. The page is a little wet still, a little damp. But, yep, see, I didn't put paper between it, and I should have, because it's ripping up this one. This is I have become comfortably numb one. But that's okay. What are you going to do? Such is life. Once it's dry, I can go in and just glue that on with a little glue stick. It happens. To the best of us. And I'm just going to hit this with now something I did, let me see here. These are what I did yesterday. And these are the, God, it's so humid here. These are the marbling, the multi-surface marbling medium that I used for Martha Stewart in the video yesterday. I'll link that at the end of the video. And this is on the piece of wood. But I think that's going to be too much. I was going to like cut this, because this is a piece of veneer, like what's it called, basswood. And I was going to cut something out of it because I thought it would be cute, but I'm not gonna. I think I'll save it for something else. These dry literally overnight, and it was humid and all, and I think I'm gonna finish them with a very glossy finish, but they come out real nice. Very happy with those. But here's what I want to show you. All right, I'm gonna take my seedless preserves. Or you know what I'm gonna use? No, let's use, because I know you guys are always asking for me to use more, instead of stamp pads, use more paint. So that's what we'll do. Okay, so this is just some purple paint. This is Perfect Purple from Folk Art. This is a deodorant lid. And all I did was cut out a piece because a lot of you keep asking me to do more at home things that we have that we can use in our art journals and that kind of thing. So you can see, and I just cut it out and it just gives you a different look. So here's what you do. And all I did was take a pair of scissors and cut it out. And you just kind of stamp it around and then go in. And it just gives you a different kind of look. And you can use your ink pad, of course, and whatever you have. And I love this because it just gives it, I don't know, more a grungy kind of look. And then I'll do one more. Oh, I was sneezing. Excuse me. This just came to me and this page came fast. I didn't even know. And then I saved this little piece. And then you go in and you just kind of add some more texture. Remember, you could do whatever color you want. You want to cut out a triangle, you want to cut, I mean, whatever. And then you can always take what you guys know, I love my glue stick lid, and I'll go in, and then you can do smaller ones. And you can do it in different colors too. And what I love about acrylic paint, you can do this with whatever, watercolor paint, you could do this with your glaze that you just used, whatever. I'm always about more is more, but just kind of showing you. If you're like, oh, you know what? I think it's a little too much. I'm not sure. Take your piece of paper or a paper towel, and you can go in and just do a dab. If you think it's a little bit too much, if it's still too much for you, which you can see that's coming up, and I like it, you can take your paintbrush and wet it, and you don't want it to be soaking wet, you want it just to be wet, and then you can go in and very lightly brush off, and go wipe your brush, every few seconds because you don't want it to smear, and you can take off a lot of it. Because remember, that bottom is permanent, like right here. I might not have wanted that there. And you see? And you just take it off and it's, oh, I love it. Oh, okay. But I love it. I love it. I can't even, it's so simple and it was so quick, but it's just a pretty page. So when I open it, I'm like going through and I'm like, oh, I love it. Not a lot to it. You saw it took, what, nothing? Now, something that I dig lately, I'm really digging. Let me wipe this up because I'll end up with it all over me, is splatter. I love me some white splatter. Now, I'm going to use my Dylusions white. I'm going to shake it up real good. But use your white acrylic paint, put it down, add some water. You can do, make your own in a bottle like we did with the blue the other day. But I'm going to really shake this up. And then, see, no, it needs cleaned out. And it's a little too fine for what I wanted on here. And it went everywhere, which is normal for me, right? But that's why we play. Now it pushes that background back, as you can see, and it's not awful, but I am going to go in before it dries and just dab a little bit because it came out a little too fine for me. I probably should have stuck with the paintbrush, but I'm not hating it. Not hating it. And that's it. As simple as that. Look how pretty. The only thing I probably would have done different was I should have stamped the Remember the Important Things in black as well. I thought it would show up a little bit more. I'm not disappointed, but I wish, just so it would have matched the feathers. But at the end of the day, very simple, 20 minutes. I got to play and have fun. Not hating. Now let me show you real quick. Set that there. Here is the extra saran wrap with that extra color. And look what we get. And save this, just fold it, you know, in a couple ways and just set it and use it again. But look how pretty, it almost looks like butterfly wings. Look at that. So now I have my next page started. Nothing got wasted. Look how gorgeous that is. And now I got a twofer. And we're done. So let me know what you guys think down below. Tag me in your art journal pages. I love seeing what you guys do. Leave me a thumbs up if you enjoy my videos. And if you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button down below and click the bell next to it so you can get notified when I upload, which is usually 5 to 6 times a week. And I would love to hear from you guys. So leave me your comments down below. Share me everywhere. And as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battles somebody else is fighting. But hey, progress, not perfection. This spoke to me. I started out going to do something completely different. And it kind of just came to me that fast. I love it. It's pretty. It is, you know, it's getting to the end of summer. And I don't know, it just is so pretty and it will remind me. And I got a twofer. And hey, life is good. Have a great day, guys. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.